Hey everybody, and welcome back to FSi DFS. I'm McKinley412. Hope you're having a wonderful week as we head into Wednesday for a nice 5-game slate. Just realized this number is wrong. The date's wrong. There you go. Now it's all better. 5-game slate here on Wednesday. If you haven't already heard, our soccer room is completely free all of December, and if you're looking for some more information, we do have a preview video out for the UEFA Champions League slate for Wednesday. These UCL slates are always fun, especially this is the last round of the group stage, so teams definitely have a lot more to play for. Some teams don't have anything to play for, but it does give you a little bit of edge, and our coach Charlie here has all of that information, so go check out this video, give it a thumbs up. It really does help us out. But we are talking hockey in this video, so let's dive right in. Islanders, biggest favorite on the board at minus 240, Colorado at minus 220, then a couple of other decent sized favorites overall. In terms of projected goalkeepers, again, these are just projected, nothing confirmed at this point in time, but we got a lot of goalies that have done very well so far to start the season. Nedeljkovic, name always trips me up, Nedeljkovic, he's been phenomenal. It is a limited sample size, I will say that, so beware. And Pittsburgh is going to be on the back end of a back-to-back, whereas Montreal, they will not. So they will have some nice, fresh, rested legs. Swayman, Talbot, Varlamov, all of them have just been fantastic so far to start the season. Vanacek's really been struggling. Really, New Jersey on defense has been struggling. They're just not the defense that we remember from years past. So, going towards the line stacks, we're going to go with the top line of the Islanders here. No shock. Barzal, Horvat, and Lee. And these guys, I think, are going to be pretty popular just because they're also extremely affordable as well. Islanders, they've been doing very well. They've got 7 wins in their past 10. They've gotten a point in 9 of their last 10. Anaheim, complete opposite. Anaheim started off the season fantastically, and they've just kind of fallen off a cliff at this point. So they only have 1 win in their past 10. Lee here at 3.9K, he is on the second power play unit, so he doesn't get full correlation with the even strength line, but still, he leads the team in shots on goal in the past 5. I want to say he has 17 or 18 shots on net in that time frame. And then Horvat and Barzal, they've been great point pairs, meaning when one of these guys scores, it's a very good chance that the other guy has an assist on it. Or they're both getting an assist on some other person's goal. So they've been first and second in points generated in those 5 games. Anaheim, they commit a lot of penalties. They actually commit the most penalties per game in the entire league when looking at, like, in terms of minutes having to kill off. Islanders, they have a very solid power play unit. The issue is that Anaheim actually has a pretty decent penalty kill unit as well, but still, I think it can come into play here, and I do like the Islanders, much like Vegas does. Nothing too shocking. We're going to go a little different here. We could go with Colorado. Colorado's at home against Buffalo. The issue with Colorado in these builds is that, yeah, they did go back to that Nichushkin, McKinnon, Rantanen top line at even strength, but DraftKings still has Rantanen listed as a center. So getting McKinnon and Rantanen taking up both of your center spots, not super ideal, and it kind of limits a lot of your correlation in the rest of your build. So that's kind of the main reason I'm going against Colorado from putting them in the line stack here. And we're going to go with Boston, and this honestly isn't really too much of a line stack. Pastrnak skates on the top line of Boston at even strength, Marchand skates on the second line at even strength, and then Shattenkirk's on defense. And this W here for Marchand is that he's a winger, he's not a center, so don't be looking at him here. Both these guys are wingers, and then Shattenkirk on defense. But the big news out of Boston is that Charlie McAvoy is going to be out once again here tonight, so this gives Shattenkirk a little bit more of an opportunity. He's going to be bumped up to that top power play unit, taking over McAvoy's spot. He got a point last time out when McAvoy was out. So yeah, he did pretty well. And Boston's offense, it's been solely going through Pastrnak and Marchand. These two guys, their stats, the shots that they are putting up and the shot floors that they are putting up is absolutely incredible. And like I mentioned earlier, New Jersey, they're not like the stalwart defensive team that we've come to know for New Jersey over the past, several years. They, are a little weaker defensively. Goaltending has not been bailing them out at all. They have a very weak penalty kill. You can see it here. It's the bottom 6 penalty kill in the entire league. And then Boston, like I said, you got a nice full correlation here with Pastrnak, Marchand, and Shattenkirk. And honestly, splitting your lines at even strength but still getting full power play correlation does give you a little bit of a floor as well. You get that goal notification that Boston scored at even strength or whatnot. Now you got exposure to the top 2 lines, and you have exposure to a defender who is going to be skating with both of those top 2 lines, but also gets the power play. So I do think this could be a nice trio if people are going with Pasternak's absurdly expensive, but Shattenkirk at 3.1K kind of offsets all of that. Going into the individual plays, McKinnon up at the top. He's still, one of the best DFS players in the entire league. 9.7K at home against Buffalo, who's going to be starting a very lengthy road trip here out west. And again, Colorado, they weren't in the line stacks mainly because McKinnon and Rantanen are both center eligible. Well, then we're going to go with Crosby, 7.5K. Pittsburgh, they are on the back end of a back-to-back, but still, going into Montreal shouldn't be too terrifying, especially in terms of limiting offense. That's not going to happen. I fully expect Pittsburgh to still score a handful of goals here. And Crosby, you're going to be pairing him with Guentzel if you are going that route. And if you do want to go even bigger with a stack, go Crosby, Guentzel, and Karlsson. Pittsburgh does have a very cheap winger who does skate on the top power play unit, given all their injuries. Puskinen, I want to say is his name, but he's already got an assist, and yeah, things are going well with him. So it might be a nice value play for you. Nelson, he's another Islanders player that you could go. If you don't want to go with Horvat, you could go with Nelson here. Pair all these guys with Dobson, who's going to be, this is your top power play unit. Barzal, Horvat, Nelson, Dobson, and I want to say Palmieri. Dylan Cousins, we're going to go with a little bit of Buffalo here, and I don't think that Buffalo should be completely disregarded on this slate. 5 games, they're one of the biggest underdogs, but offensively, Buffalo has looked a lot more impressive and much more like the offense that we saw last year. That was one of the best offenses in the league. They figured something out. I don't know what they did a week or 2 ago, but it's working for them. They're doing much better. And then Colorado defensively, they've allowed 4 or more goals in 6 of their past 7 games. So defensively, they are really struggling. We almost had some takedowns and some big GPPs at FSi on Tuesday night. Monday night when Calgary faced off against Colorado, because we just saw how weak Colorado's defense has been. We stacked Calgary in GPPs. We got multiple Kadri goals. We got Mangiapane goal. Hannafin got a point or 2, I believe, but things were going really well there. And yeah, believe it or not, we had Okposo, but if you want to figure out the Okposo story, come join us in the Discord. We did not core him, I will say that. But it was kind of interesting how we all ended up on him, and he smashed. Going over to the wing, Jake Guentzel, already talked about him, pairing him with Crosby. Nichushkin, he could be a guy that you go with McKinnon. If you do want to get exposure to that top line of Colorado, but you don't want to do the McKinnon, Rantanen double center, you go McKinnon and Nichushkin, or you could go Rantanen and Nichushkin if you really wanted to go that route, but I would definitely go with McKinnon over Rantanen. Anders Lee, just realized I totally doubled up that for some reason. Whoops. And then Velarde, 3.6K, a nice value winger that you could go to as well. For Winnipeg, they're on the road. They're at Los Angeles. Not the easiest place to play. Low over-under on the board there as well at 6. But still, Velarde, Connor is out. That's the big news out of Winnipeg, is Connor is out. He's going to be out for 4 to 6 weeks, I think I saw. He went knee to knee with somebody. It was not pretty. And the MRI kind of yielded some not so favorable results. So Velarde is going to be bumping up to that top line, or did bump up to the top line in the previous game. And top power play unit, I don't know. I don't quote me on top power play unit with Velarde here, but Nikolai Ehlers does get up under that top power play unit, so Ehlers could be a nice value play as well in that mid-tier range. But yeah, I don't have a whole lot of interest in Winnipeg, but I will have some, just because they can provide a little bit of value. I already talked about Dobson pairing with that, Karlsson pairing with Pittsburgh, Doughty, 4.9K. This guy is just seeing crazy amounts of minutes. Even, at his age, it is impressive how he's been going out. He's still logging 26, 27, sometimes even 28 minutes of ice time. And that is insane opportunity for him to be on the ice to generate DFS points. And he's been doing very well. He's been getting on the score sheet, I think, in like 4 straight games. He's shooting the puck. He's blocking shots. I really like his price tag here with what he has been able to do as of late and the opportunity that he's going to have at home on a strong team facing off against Winnipeg, who's going to be on the back end of a back-to-back. Then we're going to go super cheap here with Lindholm at 3.5K. With Boston, Shattenkirk has taken over for McAvoy's role, it looks like this time. However, when McAvoy was out earlier in the season, Lindholm was kind of the guy that took a little bit more of that role away. But it looks like it's going to be Shattenkirk this time. But there is a possibility that Lindholm does get a little bonus boost with McAvoy out. So that's kind of where this slate shakes out. Hopefully it guided you in the right direction. There's other plays that I have a lot of interest in, but I don't want to list every single player on the entire slate. But yeah, if you have any questions, come join us in our Discord. It's completely free. The soccer is completely free. And then for the NHL, use coupon code POWERPLAY, and you'll be able to get a free day's access into the NHL chat as well. So hope to see you then. Hope to see you there. Good luck in your contest, and we'll see you tomorrow.